Welcome to our course on legal project management. I've been a project manager all my life, even though I didn't realize it. And that may be true for you too. It's all about taking a systematic approach to how you do things. Doesn't mean you're not flexible, but you have an approach. When I became a lawyer handling M&A matters and managing litigation, and also for many other facets of my life, there were 5 questions that I always asked. Why, what, when, how, and whom. Now that may seem fairly straightforward, but not everybody asks those questions. And since I still ask those questions, sometimes I get pushback when I ask. But it's always saving time, and it creates a laser-sharp focus. So let me break it down for you. Why? Why are we handling this matter? Why is this important to the client? Why is it important to the law firm or our organization if we're inside counsel or an ALSP? In other words, what's the definition of success? That's a complicated question. For legal matters, is it just to win the case or establish a policy? Is success just about closing the deal? Or is it to generate revenue or enter a new market? Is success about gaining a competitive advantage? These are business questions that a client has to answer, and those answers inform the legal strategy. It starts with the client's needs, not just the legal issues. The next question is what? What are we going to do in handling the matter? Now that's the fun legal stuff. But what we're going to do is again dictated by the client's definition of success and the timetable the client has for when things need to get done. And what also has an effect on what the client is willing to pay. So fee structures and profitability decisions, which relate to the operation of a law firm, will also factor into the what. Now, if you're inside corporate counsel and you're going to handle the matter exclusively inside, you're also asking the why and the what questions. You're thinking about what resources you have, who the players are, how productive you need to be, and what else do you have on your plate. So why turns to what we're going to do, which then turns to when. When? Are there any time constraints? Does the matter have to be completed by a particular point because of any particular circumstances? Is time our friend or our enemy? Do we have to get this done by the end of the calendar quarter or fiscal year? Or is delay a good thing for us in helping accomplish our client's business objectives? If this is a situation where you have no control over time, you still need to be able to articulate what the constraints are and the uncertainties involved, because that way you manage a client's expectation about when things will get done. So when is critical. Now let's turn to how and who. And I said that in a very deliberate order. We all want to do the work, but are we the right person at the right level? Who is not the first question. We have to know what the work is and how it's going to be done before we answer who. So you're an expert and you know the answers. You break the work down into its component parts. What are the different phases? What are the tasks and activities that are undertaken within those phases? What are the outcomes of the phase, such as completing due diligence or submitting a motion to dismiss in a lawsuit? What are the outputs or the deliverables? Is there a document that's going to be created that's a marker of that segment of work? Memos, perhaps? So then we develop our work plan. And we have to answer, are we going to structure it by phase, which is not necessarily sequential, output, milestone events? These are important questions that have to be understood in planning a matter as well. And then finally, who? We all want to do interesting work, but sometimes just because you want to do the work or you want to have certain people on your team, it doesn't mean they're the right people. What's the highest and best use of those participating in the matter? Who should do the work at the right level, given the client's needs and expectations? Is that the same as who should do the work given the law firm's desire to make money and have a profitable matter? Are you trying to foster professional development opportunities or deepen your relationship with the client? And if you do that, does that goal have an adverse effect on the profitability of the matter? How do you reconcile all of that? And of course, there are the client's needs and expectations about law firm staffing. There are relationship issues, and it's also expressed in outside counsel guidelines. So there you are. If you approach the planning and handling of matters with 5 questions at the forefront, then you understand the basics of legal project management, or legal matter management, or whatever we decide to call it. The point is that the answers to the 5 questions are nuanced. Why, what, when, how, and who. What this course is all about is how to incorporate these questions in a matter or project, and some new ways to think about them. You'll also take away tools and templates that you can use right away and that are common to project management. But most importantly, you'll have some new ideas on how to create a better experience of working with lawyers for your client. That translates into providing more effective legal services. And that's what this course on legal project management is all about. So let's get started.